any site except foreign websites.
No, I'm pretty sure it's probably free there too.
Nowhere near as good as my weak sauce 6969.
Yours just says week 6969.
Well, maybe I put the sauce in there. I can't remember. You beat me so hard. I think I'm having memory problems.
You beat the sauce out of his username.
Yeah.
He lost that, right?
Good joke.
So how do I play it?
So go to,
More
well,
importantly,
hit play, go to live chess.
who's going to stream for us?
I mean, I see play, and then there's play a friend. Is that what I want?
Just hit live chess, and then you should see an invite.
Where the fuck is live chess? I don't see that. I just
So you see the pawn. If you ever over the pawn, there's a live chat.
Oh, okay, it's a sub menu. Gotcha. And then destructor. Do I just check that? What do I fucking do here?
There you go.
Oh, shit.
One of you two is
So,
going to
who
stream.
am I?
You're white, bro.
Is nobody streaming it? Somebody needs to.
I gotta figure out how to do that.
In Discord, underneath the channel, there should be a button that says screen.
That stream.
Underneath the channel.
Underneath
Yeah, near the bottom.
Do I have to like click done or anything, or when I drop it, is it done?
Once you drop it, it's done.
Done. I don't see. What the fuck am I missing here? Oh,
Right above, yeah, right above.
Oh, screen. Yeah, share your screen.
maybe I can stream on chess.com. This fucking guy. Oh, let's see. Let's do.
Look, this game is no fun unless we can watch it and make fun of Josh.
I thought somebody's streaming it.
Nobody is streaming it right now. One of you guys.
Nick, make it go.
We could go where.
Oh yeah.
How did
Nick just went mute.
Oh Jesus fuck! Why do you have the music playing?
Just mute it.
What's going on?
The music from the music. It plays the music from the TGT, so I had to mute the stream.
Yeah.
Mute the stream then. I don't know.
Here,
It's a tasteful chess set you got there.
yeah, you can change your gesture.
It's very tasteful. Let's see if I can get less tasty.
Can you like customize your chat sets?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Translucent board. Let's go ICC.
So I do blue Neo.
That's annoying. Good.
Oh, it is.
Looks good to me.
Matt's thing was it was a blue. He had the blue checkers, and it was like we were like, your queen's always on her own color, and he was like, well, there is no black. There's only blue and white.
No, he was playing on green and white. He was
Yeah.
like, there's no green fucking colors.
Graffiti. That sucks. Yeah, most of these suck. So. Newspaper. God. Aren't I? No. God, no.
Oh, just no squares. Yikes.
You could also do blind mode, by the way, Garrett.
Okay, back to my
Neon.
original one.
Neon. Do neon. But that's obnoxious.
No, no thanks.
Do we have time limits on our moves?
Yeah, you have
Yeah,
15
so
minutes.
you have a clock.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, so you'll see mine is ticking right now.
How do you wind up with more time?
So it's 15:10.
Probably because Nick was figuring out how to set up the stream.
No,
No.
how do you figure out how to get more time?
So it's
By making fast
15:10.
moves, how much time does it give you per move?
After you move, you get 10 seconds.
I think it just constantly goes down.
Am I on mute here?
Um,
I've been on mute this whole time.
No, it gives
It's-
you 10,
it's-
10 seconds.
It's 15:10. So every time you make a move, you get 10 seconds added to the clock.
Yeah, so
Okay.
yeah, you can choose different different time controls basically. So
All right, I'm gonna have to find how to pre-move.
I've done something fucked up here. Oh, this isn't too bad. Yeah, so there's a setting. Go to settings.
Yeah, it's
and
under
go
live
to
chess. Yeah.
play. Enable pre-moves is the first option.
Yep.
Always promote to queen. Sure. Confirm resign. I don't know.
Why would you not promote to queen?
Because
Reasons.
if you want to stalemate, you might have to promote to a like knight, so that someone will stalemate you.
Yeah, reasons. Come on, I need this level. My character sucks, so. Who knew that being a second level bard, second level thief was bad?
You got the killing blow.
By sheer happenstance, my friend. Later. Take my fucking pawn, huh?
Choke on that poison pawn.
You take my pawn. I take your whole fucking family. Whatever.
So we're taking odds here.
It looks kind of even right now.
He's pawn up on me.
Yeah, if you look right below Whipping Star's name.
Well, okay. Let's see.
I won't say anything.
Yeah.
It's only okay if you give me advice, Jonathan.
Here, I'll send you a private message, Garrett.
Nice. I think I see what you're talking about.
There you go, Garrett.
Well, so let's do this. I don't know. Fuck it.
That's what you guys were thinking too. Like he can't take it with the pawn.
No, I would have taken with the queen for check and then get the knight for free.
I don't know about that. Nah, you're like 6 levels ahead of me.
I mean, I think I'm
You're doing well.
gonna take that anyway. But maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know. Feeling cute. Might take a queen later. Who knows?
Well, you know, if you want my advice, Nick,
I think the answer is no.
No, I don't want any help. Yeah, for sure. I
No.
absolutely hate
Garrett's going to
people.
tell you how to lose the game.
Well, okay, but
That's
still.
still technically help. If you just don't do what Garrett says, then it's
Yeah,
What?
do the opposite of that.
What I would say is make the giant throw the rock at the familiar. It will always
Okay.
be remembered.
I'll keep
Oh.
that in mind.
Well, so okay.
Bias and all.
Poor bias.
Bias dodged like 8 of them, and then got hit by the last one.
Like pull this over here so I can.
I think I'm gonna summon
Oh.
Baez as a mouse next
Oh,
time.
and by the way, Garrett, they didn't get to use it every time. They had to recharge it, but they didn't roll below a 4 at all the entire time for their recharge rolls.
Oh no, that's not what I was hinting at. Usually a monster gets an action like a normal, like everything else, and on like when a monster has a particular special ability, right? That's usually counted as an action or legendary action. So what I was hinting at is that like using the beam and the multi-attack in the same turn seemed, but it could be you could have just made the monster do that. So like is what it is, right? But
Basically saying that's bullshit.
just saying that's non-standard monster behavior. And I wasn't sure if you were doing it on purpose, which would have been totally legit and cool, or just by mistake.
So Ben, did you see my message I sent you about the @everyone command?
Oh yeah. I don't know why there's like 4 different ways to do it across all my different groups.
Do when things go wrong.
Yeah, come on, Nick. I need you to win this so I get a level.
You don't
You
get
don't get a
anything.
level.
What?
As
I
Willy
just
Wonka would
need
say,
one more level to
as-
get action surge. Come on.
as Willy Wonka would say, you get nothing, good day, good sir. It's all there in the fine print.
Yeah.
But there's no participation prize. This is not the America I grew up in.
It is the America you grew up in.
I mean, only literally. Whose turn is it? Oh, okay. It's Woken Star's turn. Okay.
Yeah, the highlight will be on the last move played on the screen.
Say what now?
If you're watching Nick's stream, you'll see a blue square on his bishop. That's the last move played. Therefore, it tells you whose move it is.
I'm still just trying to get my pawn back. I think at the end of this, I'm gonna get a pawn back at some point.
You should get more than a pawn back.
I should, but however, comma, maybe not.
Maybe not. You're correct.
I feel like Nick's currently utilizing his pawns more.
No.
Nope.
No?
Well, I mean, not well, maybe more, but
He's moved and or lost more than White.
okay. Now we do some shit. So let's try that.
Chickadee, chickadee.
Now it's a question of which bishop do I want?
I mean, I know my answer.
Well, okay.
Appears white is in a desperate position.
This isn't a desperate
White.
position.
I would categorize it as
I'd categorize it as a risky position.
This
Really
is
more of a
risky.
queen.
Yeah.
I mean, could it get worse?
But it's
Yes.
not. It's, yeah, it could be desperate.
It could be
I
desperate.
mean, he's got moves, right? I mean,
He's got moves, yeah.
it's not like
Not controlled, but it's definitely not desperate.
I'd say white should at least mark 1 XP now.
Like, I see how white could do something and whatnot. Here, I'll tap it to you, Garrett.
I'm gonna offer white a Devil's Gambit.
Although you probably don't understand what this means, but here we go.
Okay, I'm just going to selectively edit my comments here so that we can talk about this.
Yes.
So, ba-ba-ba, sa-ba-ba-ba. What is Q? Oh, queen. Got it.
Yeah, yeah.
something about a queen.
Josh, you're gonna run out of time.
He's got 8 minutes.
Oh, I know, but this is gonna. We got a game to get to.
Well,
It's already 8 p.m.
so we're gonna say that the game is gonna start at 8:30. So smoke them if you got them.
Okay,
You know,
I won't. I'll do that.
take a dump or something. I don't know. Do
I
whatever
know.
you gotta do.
I'm gonna get another beer.
Yeah, go get your IPA.
I'm just about to finish that one.
What are you drinking tonight?
I think
I got this Bubble Farm IPA, and I got some apple corn.
I don't know either of those.
Well, we were at the military base liquor store, and they had a bunch of like weird beers from this with really colorful graphics on them from this company called Clown Shoes. One of them
I've
was
heard of
this
Clown
IPA.
Shoes. Yeah,
It's not bad. It's all right.
Clown
not
Shoes
bad.
has a very good reputation.
Oh, okay. I'm glad they taste pretty good. But apple corn is a German liquor, apple liquor.
Hmm.
Not very alcoholic, but it tastes really good.
Nice. Yeah, I've been getting more into ciders. There's a lot of ciders up here in Roanoke.
I mean, I enjoy a good apple cider.
There's just so much sugar in cider. It's like you can't. If you're gonna get drunk, you're also gonna get fat.
I mean, it
I mean-
depends on the kind of cider you get. You can get dry cider with almost no sugar in it. And I actually prefer it drier than sweet.
Right.
Yeah, I don't really feel happy, but I feel like I'm just wasting time at this point.
So I would have done Queen E3 instead.
I had thought about that, but that was my other option.
Yeah. They weren't great options.
It's fun watching people play this game because I can be like, oh, I would have done this. Like, I didn't think of it very much. So yeah, I would have taken that with the pawn.
So would I.
Nah, because now he threatens your queen. You can't do anything about it.
And now he can weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I
you
could
can.
totally do something about it.
You can always move the queen away.
I'd rather sack him.
Yep.
Queen for a queen, probably one of the only.
Why is
Okay,
behind now though?
Yeah, I think just having the queens come off the board was fine with me. So
The queen's coming off the board actually helps Josh more than it hurts you.
Yeah, like I said though, usually queen for queen, I don't know. It's almost always it's a sack I almost always will
Helps
take.
Josh more than hurts you is like saying the same thing twice.
It is. But what I'm saying is, Josh's king is still in the center of the board. Having the queens on the board gives you more chances to checkmate
Look,
Josh.
I don't understand what Jonathan just said, but what I do understand is that what he said was true and also correct.
You know, like a game of Among Us, you just have to support me.
No, I always vote for you, Jack. You're sus as fuck.
Uh-huh.
You're always sussing me.
He really is, dude. He's like running by people. Like,
Jack was born
I'm like,
sus.
are you chasing me, Jack? Are you? Oh no, we're doing tasks. Okay, everything's fine. Is everything fine?
It's like I'm trying to do a task and Garrett's over there
Is
freaking out.
everything fine?
See, Jack does this thing to where, like, if he's the imposter, he just runs straight for you. Like, there's no question about it. He's like, oh, by the way, I'm gonna kill you. And you're like, oh, I'm about to die.
No, see, I run towards
Tells
you.
you after he kills you.
There's
Oh,
not
by the
anything you
way,
can do to stop me.
I'm the imposter.
Yeah, I just wanted him to know that he wasn't going to live, you know?
Holly's scary because Holly is like, she's nice when she kills you.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the
Yes.
problem.
She's a good liar, that's for sure.
Yep.
She's like, she throws sus on. She's really good at throwing sus on Jack too. That's
Yeah.
that's what.
The old under the bus trick.
And then I should show you the last game of the night that we did the other night, where Holly and I were both the killers, and I threw her under the bus because everybody's like, "Yeah, Holly's sus." And I'm like, "Yep, out the window you go."
She is totally sus.
And then I win the game.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta make sacrifices.
You won like a 1v. You did like a solo 1v6 that from that point too.
Yeah,
it was good.
it was a speed run. People were like, I believe so and so sus. I'm like, you're right. I believe they are.
Oh, yeah, there was one point where I like called someone out and I got my reasoning was perfect and I was correct. It was like it was Holly, I think, and she was like, it was like, yeah, there's no way you could have. She was like, yeah, I did a telescope and then I went down all the way to specimen and did my task there. And then Simon says, and then I went over to O2 and I'm like, all in the span of like 30 seconds, you're a fucking liar. That's impossible.
She has like the speed.
Oh yeah, and when she said she was at medical, and I was like, "No, you're not," and then everybody kicked me off, and it turned out to be her.
And then like, Holly was like, yeah, but Allie, and I was like, oh yeah, it's Allie.
I'm reminded of that. There's a skit. What was it? By Lewis Black, where he's like talking about Dick Cheney, and he's like, and I think the way it went down for the vice president was like this. He goes, he's talking about when he shoots his buddy with his shotgun, and then he whips it around to be like, it was like this, except it's for he's like Iraq, or Iran, and then he shoots Iraq. He's like, that's how it went down.
That was a blunder right there.
So 538 released a interactive what's it? Prediction map.
What's
today.
the prediction?
It's the same one they've been making before, but now you can like pin a state to a certain candidate and it will recalculate and kind of show you what would happen if that candidate took that state, right?
Oh, okay.
But the funny part is, if you try to, like, it doesn't even allow you to switch California to Trump. It's just like, that's not going to happen, guys.
Yeah,
It's just not
winnable.
right. Like, you can't even.
No, sir. No.
Yeah. What would happen if California beat Trump? 538 says that 0% chance.
But have you thought about what about maybe?
Right. One thing that's kind of interesting is in the states with the slimmest margins right now, if you switch any of them to Biden suddenly has like a 99% chance to win.
Oh wow.
Like Ohio, Iowa, Georgia.
Really, I always think of Georgia as being so strict.
Georgia's pretty conservative, but Atlanta's real big. And
Atlanta is only one district, though.
I wish I could mark on your board here.
It's gerrymandered in a way to give the Dems Atlanta, and then they gerrymander the rest to the Republicans. I thought
It's pretty gerrymandered.
everything is gerrymandered everywhere.
well,
It fucking sucks.
not everywhere. Both North Carolina and Virginia had their gerrymanders overturned by the courts.
Oh, that's right. So Virginia had an amendment about
Where the fuck
redrawing the
can I
maps.
move?
Bishop
You
to
can
block.
only move your bishop. Basically, it's over.
Okay, yeah.
It's
I
one move
see.
for me.
Yeah. What is the?
Here, click this
Oh,
little flag.
yeah,
right
I
here.
got it. Where is it?
Click this little flag.
The little American flag? No. What flag?
Where it says resign.
It says resign.
He's telling you to resign.
I know. I'm
It's
just
the white flag.
He's telling you to go out like a bitch.
It's right above the
white flag. Just click it.
I don't know where it is.
right above the binoculars on the right hand side where it says game.
Just like randomly click on the screen everywhere. You'll
No.
eventually get it.
Oh, I see it.
See?
The fucking black one. Damn
Good
it.
game. Good game.
Good game.
See, Garrett, that's how you lose but not look like a total punk bitch.
You were doing great, Josh.
Oh,
There was a bit I was like, well, Josh is gonna be okay.
No,
Yeah,
And then suddenly-
I had some multiple where I was like, this could go bad, but like my problem was my time was getting so low. I would have liked, but I was like down to like 5. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna finish this game if I only have 5 fucking minutes. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm pretty fast at
I mean, I'm assuming you run out of time and you lose, right?
yeah.
Hey, I'm
what
Welcome
are
back.
you doing there, Nick? Going through the game like that?
He's going through the game. That's just reviewing the game.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I
I
didn't know you could do that.
I definitely had 1 or 2 points where I was like, well, I have like 2 options, and I think one's better than the other, but I don't have time to fucking like look at it all that hard. So I just was like, all right, I'll just fuck. That queen was one, the queen and the instead of the bishop, and then I had another move like that where I was like, well, and I'm like, fuck it, we'll just let the chips fall where they may.
Exactly.
Just do it live.
You see, that's where you just need more practice. If you want to be able to play very fast, you need to practice so you know. You're like, oh, I know what's gonna happen here. Like
Right.
I'm just like, well, I could figure out what's happened if I had 15 minutes, but
What's the password? Did it change?
No, it's still the same. Starts with a B, ends with an S, or ends with a 3.
do I get like a second place thrashing prize? Is there a prize for getting beaten? Like me and Garrett gets first in that, obviously, but I mean, I could take runner up.
you get a pat on the back.
We get like a healing potion or something.
There you go. There's a good runner-up place. Prize right there.
We should have stocked up on healing potions before we went back in time.
I mean, I'm glad I'm stocked up on healing kits.
Hindsight's 2020. Okay, I'll get my coat.
I guess I got a herbalism kit as well. I just got no money.
You don't have any money? Wow.
I'm a hermit.
How's it feel to be poor?
Feels pretty good. I've never known what to do with money, really.
You see, Seamus inherited all his money from my dead corpse.
Endless Seamus, we like to call him. Not above a little corpse looting.
Hey, he's not one to be afraid of getting
I
money.
can just see you like what once fucking, your other dude's dead, like coming in the room and he's like fucking holding his boots up, like, will these boots fit me? Like,
Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's like, oh, nah, they're too small. He just chucks them.
Yeah, I would have killed the wizard and kept the staff. It was a really good staff.
oh yeah, I gotta unfuck all my spells.
Good luck with that.
How are your spells first?
I'm just when I moved him over here, I looked at the multi-class table and I saw the level, and I didn't remember that I have higher level slots, but not spells known. So I just went to the fucking feature browser and just started dragging shit.
Gotcha.
And then Nick's like, "Yeah, dude, you don't get level 4 spells." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I have a 3rd level caster, don't I? Or 1/3. Oops." I got a little reckless because I didn't remember what I had, so I thought, well, I'll just do it from brand new, and that turned out to not be. But I still get Zephyr Strike, boys, so don't worry.
I mean, you have the best Zephyr Strike.
It's true.
Oh well, I didn't do too awful because I didn't pick that many fucking. These all gotta go. But
Truth be told, I really want to go back and play Baldur's Gate as a what's the word I'm looking for? Ranger. To see how they play. Baldur's Gate 3?
It's just to change the subject, kind of
No,
threw me there for a second.
No, because Josh plays a ranger, and I'm curious, how it compares to Josh's.
To what? Oh, yeah.
His gloomstalking.
Depends.
I want to be a bard.
If it's the PhD.
No. That was one of the things they did. No, they did kind of what we have. You get Hunter Strike. You get a certain or Hunter's Mark. They have the same features like I have, where you can use Hunter's Mark X amount of times per day. They did that. Yeah.
Yeah. So people are like, they made the ranger an actual good class versus what the PHP is.
Magic.
All right. So,
Token.
is everybody? Can everybody see everything? Everything sort of checking out technically.
Seems like it.
Everybody's in.
Came back onto the screen.
What?
The dead tokens returned for me.
What dead tokens?
No, the dead tokens have always been there.
Yeah.
They were and stuff.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, the little dead guys are part. Some of those dead guys are part of the map. They're little corpses.
So yeah, some of them are. There's also some tokens that I wish I could send to a different layer, but I can't. So right now, there's a mammoth.
Just hide them. You can hide them.
Yeah, but
There's no layers, but if you hide them, you see them, but we don't. They'll just be transparent for you, so that's how you do it. Just right.
that doesn't help though.
Why?
Because they're still there.
Yeah. Do you want them there or not there?
It's cool. I'm just saying that's the fact.
The warpers
I do want them there because technically they sort of create an obstacle.
All right. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. So.
So last time, the Inquisition joined Argynvost and his order of knights on the battlefield, taking up the call to arms to stand against the foreign armies of King Barav, this invading force of just heathen otherlanders. They quickly learned that the paladin Sir Vladimir had fallen on the battlefield, and Argynvost enlisted your help to go and fly and scout out the battlefield, the battle which was just being lost badly by the Order, to find Sir Vladimir. And you did. You found him on the ground, fallen in battle, and being protected by this shimmering holy barrier that had sort of erected itself, that sort of protected him from the corrosive green gas that had just decimated this area of the battlefield. And you see that there are corpses all around you of knights, some of them just badly, like with their skin burned off from this horrible magic. And that's where we are. You sort of came upon this this outfit of Barovian warriors who are basically on cleanup detail. They had some ogres and these soldiers with man catchers. They were capturing knights with the man catcher, and then the ogres were just smashing their skulls in, which would prevent them from sort of being easily resurrected. And that's where we're at. Argynvost, seeing this, was enraged. He flew into battle, he let you off and just started tearing into stuff. The mage who had sort of been helping the Barovians flew in and attacked Arganvos, casting some hefty spells at him, but eventually sort of revealing himself as this fox demon, Arcanoloth.
Goddamn fox
and
face man.
Eventually, Arganvos had his way with the demon, ripping him in half. The demon just sort of dissolved into this black goo, and Arganvos threw the remains about. And the last thing that happened, Arganvos flew over, grabbed the priest out of this Hoda that's on top of this mammoth, and flew him up in the air and dropped him onto this path. He sort of hits the ground but rolls up to his feet, and that's where we're at. So if we look at combat order, it is Delcasal's turn. And Arganvos dropped this priest right beside you.
Beside me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so he's the helmeted guy.
Yep.
The approachable war.
So-
Can you guys see their names or anything?
Yeah, approachable
No, they're
war
hidden.
priest.
Mhm.
Well, let's see. I can fix that.
Yeah, I think you can reveal it, but you have to reveal. There you go. Yeah, you have to fucking make it a. And that's a setting we can change if you want. I just by default it hides them.
Approachable war priest.
And he's one of Strahd's war priests.
Yes, but he's very approachable.
Huh. Nice guy. He is. I feel like I could talk to this guy.
Yeah, I was trying to remember.
It's because you're close enough to talk to him with your sword.
He's approachable. Fires an arrow. Less so now.
Well, I will target him. And am I far enough away to use my bow without penalty? I mean, I look sort of, I guess. There's no grid on this map, but it looks like I'm a little bit away from him. I'm gonna move a little farther away. I'm gonna move to this tree that's definitely not a tree. It's a bush, as we all know.
Yeah, that's just difficult terrain.
And then I will shoot that dude.
The priest. I'm sure you hit. Missed. Oh yeah, he's heavily armored for sure.
All right, second shot. Come on, baby. There we go. What?
Just not used to you ever missing.
That's that was fucked up too, though.
Not seeing the rolls.
You
They're
might
in
have-
chat.
No, they're not.
I saw
What?
it.
Oh.
Yeah, for some reason it's going to me.
Yeah, I had private GM role selected. My bad. Sorry. There's that little drop down you'll see below in the dice roller. There's like public roll, and so you can roll private, blind, self, whatever. I just had mine set on GM on accident.
Right.
So that's like 2 attacks. So that's a little bit of move. Bonus action. Bonus action. What?
Lost token's moving and it's fucking me up.
Am I fucked up? Not very. I'm mostly okay. Yeah, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but like your portrait on your character sheet, like kind of like Baldur's Gate, like will fill up with red to show how fucked up you are.
Yes.
So that's kind of cool. What the fuck can I do as a bonus action?
Hunter's Mark.
Yeah, I'm gonna put fucking Hunter's Mark on this dude.
You really won't be able to hide it.
It's been like 2 sessions and you haven't cast Hunter's Mark once, so
Yeah.
Are you feeling all right there?
yeah, I think Hunter's Mark is not parsing correctly either. Because
Doesn't look
I
good.
don't know that it. Oh, whoa, healing. What the shit? Yeah,
yeah, so
I took that from the. What the fuck? Okay. Yeah, I'll just undo that.
what did it heal anybody? I don't think it did.
No, it didn't. Oh yeah, no, it just rolled it randomly. Cool.
Okay, it is Snake's turn, so Snake is going to attack.
Yep, it'll attack whatever the closest guy is.
Missing.
Okay, you're freaking that
They
guy
they
out.
are untrustworthy. It is the Mammoth's turn.
Oh, the mammoth is still alive. That's right.
mammoth. The mammoth is going to, first of all, be a big ass token. And I think Argenvost is flying, so can't do much there. But he has movement of 40 feet. How do I measure my movement? There we go. Can't quite make it over there to Del Casal.
Still
That's
says
weird why it's defaulting to heal. That's strange.
Does the formula say
So,
heal?
No, there's nothing selected for it. I don't know. Yeah, I'll fuck with it.
But he will stomp over here. Why won't it let me fucking drag this guy?
Probably because
Just
he's
wanna
under
drag
like 5 other tokens.
No, he's all good on that front. Just so he's gonna. Oh no, fuck him. I have measurement selected. So. Oh wait, let's see. Oh, he can hit you. Oh yes.
He was within 10 feet of me, right?
Yeah, sure.
Can I take a opportunity attack at him?
Do you have a reaction left?
Does it keep track? I don't know.
It's probably not going to keep track.
I cannot recall if I have one left, Nick.
So
but
let's just say you do.
well then, sweet. I will smackety smack with good old Annihilator.
Okay. Give me a roll. That's a miss, sir.
Oh.
The
That's too
mammoth stomps forward and targeting Del Casal with a gore.
All those guys are still on its back, though, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's a spinner.
Hitting you for 32 points of piercing damage.
Holy shit.
And also, you need to make a strength 18, DC 18 strength saving throw.
Yes, I'm definitely not in the bush.
I mean, you might have been thrown to the bush now.
No bush for you.
18 strength saving throw.
Yes, sir.
Well, that sucks, dick.
So you're knocked prone.
So,
So what happened was, okay, yeah, I like this little icon for knocked prone too. It's so dipshitty. And he gets to make a stomp attack against you.
It's
No,
all
no.
good.
Boom. Mightily stomping you
Not the worst damage there, Del.
for 21 points of damage.
Yeah, pretty fucking dude. That's pretty fucking bad.
Oh yeah, it's bad, just
He
not the
drags all
worst.
these guys with him.
got the shit kicked out of him, guys.
I mean, hey,
No,
Emmerich's bringing up the
that's-
rear.
That's hefty damage right there.
Oof.
You know, I'm praying that Emmerich will heal you, Del.
It is the War Priest's turn.
Do I have to?
I'm at the top of the order.
We'll re-roll every time.
The War Priest
That might have been turned
is
off.
going to. I gotta open his character sheet.
Remember, you got the little quick bar
I
thing.
don't cast light.
Yeah, I know, but it's just easier to just parse
Okay.
looking at the character sheet. I think he's gonna spend his turn crawling back up into the Huda. Let's give him a good old athletics check. He gets up there, but he's hanging off the edge, so he's not really in there yet. One of the guys is sort of like pulling him up. He's kicking and lurching in on the edge of this beast. Mammoth Rider's turn. These guys are holding actions. And Gallopin. It's your turn, sir.
Oh boy.
And I think you've healed yourself. You were pretty fucked up, but
No, I healed him
not
last time.
anymore. There's
I
one.
don't know if that was me, but somebody healed the shit out of me.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So I think you're also grappled, right, by this man catcher, or
Yes.
did you escape that? Yeah. So you're grappled. This guy has this. If you know what a man catcher is, he has this sort of thing wrapped around you, and he's holding you at bay. Of course, you have a reach weapon, so.
Yeah, and I'm gonna introduce him to that.
Do it, Dolphin. Do it.
He looks very concerned about this. What's happening right now?
And I think I'm gonna smite him.
Okay.
I smite thee.
Yeah, you have smite, and then you also have charges on this weapon that basically
Yeah,
are sort of similar.
yeah, and dude, they recharge at the end of the day, right?
I
some
think you
amount.
get, yeah, you get some back.
Okay.
Yep, they do.
Okay. Well.
You can also go Nova with the thing.
I
don't know if you read that far.
Oh yeah, but that destroys it, right?
Seemingly so.
Yeah. That would be a waste, I think, right now on this guy.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it now, Garrett.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna do.
So you're gonna
on
smite?
him. Yeah.
Okay.
And this one is not. The reason I'm hemming and hawing is this one's not all automated because I couldn't
Okay. So
find it.
what's the damage? Just mark your spell slot off and roll the dice.
He's got to make a con save.
What level are you casting it at?
And it's a D6. Sorry.
He makes a 19 con save. He takes 3 damage.
If it saves, it takes no damage.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
The save is against some other.
1d6. Yeah, he takes 1d6 damage, and he does not catch on.
Okay, gotcha.
And he does not take an additional 1d6, and he does not catch on fire.
Can you see their status when you hover over the token?
Yeah, near death.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's yeah.
All right.
Okay, extra attack.
Jesus, that was just one attack. He dies.
Yeah. Ooh,
Okay. I was gonna hit him with the butt end, but maybe
Okay.
Maybe
you
I'll
let
do
in
that.
them right in the testicles, and he dies.
Yeah.
You killed him dead.
Goddamn man catcher off of me. Maybe hit him with the man catcher too.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
you can easily just strip off that man catcher. Emmerich, you can move if you want.
I
Oh, I can't move. Yeah, I can. This guy is friendly right next to us.
Yes.
That is Sir Vladimir Horngard. He's one of the knights.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna go like.
Yeah, and so this
Right
circle
there.
in the middle, you can't move through those squares.
Okay, so then,
Basically. So I mean, you can just basically move over.
yeah, go.
All right, Emmerich.
Well, my snakes have pretty much eaten all there is to eat. So, and Delcasol is pretty hurt. So, you know what's better than healing Delcasol? Turning him into a giant ape. Let's do that.
I mean, it's like healing.
It's like healing, but more fun. I just say, all right, go bananas. And I turn him into a giant ape.
Oh boy.
Literally go bananas. He's a little bit out of range. You have to move over 10 feet, but you can target him. For sure.
Go bananas.
Let's see if I even have a giant ape.
It's in the monster manual, and so
Yeah.
I keep biography.
see what kind of giant ape he is. Menacing giant ape. Damn it.
Dude, that's the best kind.
Yeah. So. Oh, you have okay. Polymorph. Right.
Yep.
Both of the snakes will disappear though. Swarms of
And
snakes.
you can do that because you're in as GM. Can regular players just do that?
If you give them the right permissions, which they should. So yeah, our wild. So the only thing that
Oh, they
they
no,
need
that's
to
the
have
folder
at
setup.
least. Well, they need to have at least. Yeah, that's so. If you look in there, if they have, you need to create the token and give them at least. I think observer. But if you just do like I just put it in the folder, like I made a folder for somebody in wild shape. Yeah, giant eagle. Just put it in there and make him. If he owns the token, then he can just drag it onto his character sheet in wild shape to it.
Okay. And it's the start of a new round. So snakes are gone actually.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
R.I.P.
Get out of
snakes.
The snakes rolled so well on their on
And-
their shit too.
And yet you forsook them.
They did a great job for being a bunch of fucking snakes. They just murdered like 3 guys, just slowly and brutally.
I'm just saying. You said get the fuck out of here, snakes.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, space snakes.
Um,
I gotta turn my friend into a giant ape.
so it is Rao Finn's turn. I'm not sure why everybody's crossed out.
Either their feet are crossed out means they took their turn.
What the hell, dude? He keeps like
Yeah.
kicking me out of the game.
Yeah.
I gotta get back in home.
Wait, the good news is
Yeah.
I don't have to heal Delcasol.
I like my favorite. The enemies have the best names. There's the alluring mammoth rider. There's the ornery mammoth rider, and there's the petite mammoth rider. What an eclectic bunch.
Let me read this spell again.
And that
I don't
mammoth,
know.
it's familiar.
It keeps kicking me out of the game. Just skip my turn.
It's kicking you out.
I don't know, dude. Every time I move my thing, it's kicking me out. I'm gonna go in with Chrome.
Yeah, it's a web browser. I'm not sure unless you have some kind of privacy settings that are limiting.
Probably.
Okay, let's go to Seamus then, and then Rao. Whenever you get in, take your turn.
Okay, let's see. I need to move.
Seamus Biggums is concentrating on something.
I'm concentrating on Beacon of Hope,
Oh yeah.
which gives death saving throws, wisdom saving throws. You have advantage on those. Let me read something real quick. Just double checking here. I don't want to goof.
I think I'm with Chrome. So after you're
Oh,
done, I'll
well, I mean,
go.
you can take your turn back.
Okay.
I need to look
Yeah,
something
go
up
ahead.
real quick.
Go ahead, Rao. So basically, the mammoth that you were fighting stomped off and went and just gored the fuck out of Delcasol, who then promptly turned into a giant ape.
Where the hell is my character? Oh, there it is.
Right there.
So dramatic.
Will that be close enough to fight it?
Sure. Well, what is that
Hold
your
on, I gotta-
total movement?
Shit. Yeah, 40 is my movement.
It was right here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can get up there for sure. Easy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I
40.
will-
Yeah.
Attack!
Okay. I'm putting you over here though, just to be out of the fucking way of. God damn it.
Of the
He's
dragon.
all up in Arganvo's crotch.
Well,
Mhm.
Arganvost is 30 feet up, so it's a hit. Chopping away at this mammoth, the
Good
familiar
old
mammoth.
I attack again!
And the damage is automatic, so you don't have to reroll.
Oh,
the
okay.
damage.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, let's see if it does the crit correctly. Oh, and wait, Strahd's scimitar. Hold on. If you crit with a thing, something happens.
I'm reading.
It is a life stealer.
Oh.
Okay.
Nice.
It has to succeed on a DC 15 saving throw.
Did it force it to do it?
No, it's probably not. Let's see.
I don't think I ever rolled that D8.
Wait, what?
D12's the one you never fucking roll.
Alright, I'm gonna roll
It fails its save. So, your sword tears the life force from its body. When you cut into it with Strahd's scimitar, it literally just sucks the life out of it. The mammoth curls up and dies.
Fuck! Who's next? I only got 2 more charges before that disappears.
The beast collapses, and all of the people on it just sort of are scattered.
I will use my bonus attack. Which one's the? Is it a rapier? Right?
Rapier's
That's,
So technically, you can't use your rapier as an offhand.
I have the whatchamacallit, the feet.
Oh, okay. So I don't know.
Where is it? Hold on.
So basically, you get 2 attacks of your
Two-handed
main weapon, and then
Yeah, I have two-handed weapon fighting, so it lets you use
yeah,
No,
nice.
wait, that's not it. There's something else. Well, I have whatever it's called, wherever it is. Dual wielder. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Then chop away.
I target something.
I think all these guys landed prone, so you get advantage.
Okay. When I roll it, does it automatically do that?
I don't know. Let's find out.
No, it doesn't. I did it
What?
manually.
There you go. Yeah. So probably have to punch it in.
If you click on the thing, it says attack, and then it brings up a menu. So that's it for my turn.
Okay.
So roll some damage.
I think it,
Oh,
it
you
did,
you
didn't
did.
it?
Okay. Did it apply it to the guy though? Nope. Okay, so I'm gonna put it on him. Boom.
Okay, cool.
He is fucked up, and you, basically just suck the soul out of this fucking mammoth. Seamus, it's your turn.
Okay.
Wait a second.
Okay, so he's not damaged. Got it. Toll the dead.
Dong.
He fails. Okay, so he took a 6 damage. And that's it.
Okay.
I realized what I was wanting to do as a concentration, so I'm not gonna give up Dawn of Hope or Beacon of Hope.
Sure. Emmerich.
Yeah.
Concentrating, and I think there's a little icon for that too. I think.
Yeah.
This battle just suddenly turned pretty big.
Why doesn't it work? I targeted him. It didn't do shit.
Produce flame.
Yeah. It didn't like automatically.
Who are you targeting?
The War Priest.
Okay, you miss.
Whoops. Alright, that's it.
I mean, do you have a damage formula tied to the spell?
I do, but I don't know, it just didn't even target the guy. Like, it didn't tell me if I hit or
You have
not.
your little target pointers on him, though? Is he targeted?
I got my select target, clicked on him, and he's got the little orange arrows pointing at him.
And then what did you roll?
Roll standard standard roll.
Do standard, just click the actual. You'll see if you hover over its icon, it'll turn into a die. Click that.
Yeah, so produce flame is weird because if you look at it, it's target of self, so it's not going to target correctly.
Okay.
Let me change the target to creature, and it's 30 feet, I think.
Yeah.
You actually have to move a little closer there, Emmerich.
Oops. Oops.
Maybe that'll work. I don't know.
Oops. Yeah, I just think I did 17 damage to myself with that one click.
Way to crit yourself there, Emmerich.
It didn't actually apply any of the damage.
Okay, so Giant Delcasol, are you doing something?
Yeah, I thought we were chatting about Sacred Flame. I mean, I guess I'm gonna punch these fucking little. Well, I'll stand up first.
Yeah. Okay.
What does the gorilla say when he eats people?
Booga booga. I don't know. Ooh, like.
Yeah, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Okay, so I stand up and then I will multi-attack. So I guess let me. Actually, I'll just move in closer so I can get that priest because he's already targeted with my hunter's mark.
So you basically climb up on the corpse of this
Ooh!
mammoth.
Holy shit, dicks!
Yep. So he takes it.
Critical hit.
Does he need the other D6 from hunter's mark?
Oh, he's not down.
Right, there you go. And then I'll punch him again to the multi-attack.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, okay. Fuck, dick. All right. Then I'm just gonna I guess, beat on my fucking chest and roar. That's what gorillas do.
Yeah, that's what those things do.
Yeah, you bring your fist crashing down. He has some holy power that keeps him up. He's not down yet. Valipin. It's your turn.
Well, this war priest just seems so.
Can you guys see the pointers, the mouse pointers floating around?
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, I thought I had a mod to disable that, but I might not have turned it on. Anyway.
I think I'm just gonna let into the priest.
Okay.
Have anything to say for yourself, priest? And before you can answer, I hit him.
Or you miss.
He opens his mouth. I'm just doing my job.
All right, then run. Get out of here. Go.
He says, okay, just don't hit me again.
Is he running?
He says, okay, just don't hit me again.
I'm gonna hit him again.
I like the entire skull dice. Where's that from?
Secrets.
But I will say that you're...
So go to Dice So Nice. So if you go all the
Okay,
way over
Dalipin, is that it?
Yeah, one more. We're going with butt end. I think I have a butt end.
Okay.
Fuck. Don't have it on my quick bar.
Just roll the d20.
The D4. Or, okay, yeah.
At first, Dalton.
Yikes.
It's just not happening.
It really isn't.
Your dice are all cursed.
So what is that? That's a 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 2.
Doesn't hit.
What is the total? Oh, yeah, that doesn't hit. Okay, it's the priest's turn. He casts a spell. So I don't think this is gonna parse correctly, so I don't want to. Let's see. Yeah, he casts Spirit Guardians. And he designates all of you guys to be affected by it.
Nice guy.
So let's see. How can I? So I'm just going to draw a circle. 15 feet, I think.
30 feet.
How much? 30?
30.
Oh, okay. Fuck. I don't want 2 circles. I want 1 circle. Okay, there we go. And
Oh, sorry, 15 feet radius. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking something else, I guess.
Okay. 15 feet. And... Nope. Nope. How do I just select that and move it?
Select what?
The circle.
The circle.
On the left, there should be a drawings, and you should be able to grab it if you change to the drawings thing.
Oh, drawings. Okay. Well, no. Okay. Delete that. Drawings, and then draw a circle.
Well, so drawings, and then the top. Once you go to drawings, the very top, that's like a little square that's bisected, should be the select tool for drawings.
We're gonna figure this out, guys. One way or the other. Okay. But it's not.
Oh, it might be a tile.
It's all good. There is a Spirit Guardians thing there.
What's the range on it? Just tell me again.
15 feet.
15
radius.
feet.
I don't have to worry about that shit.
And so that's an action, I'm pretty sure. Silver Dragon's turn.
Gonna eat everyone.
Well, he's going to. How do I untarget? Untarget. Well, first of all, he's going to get his ass targeted by some Spirit Guardians as he swoops down.
No, look out.
I'm not sure how worried he is about that, but yeah, it wants me to place a fucking template. I don't want to place a template. Get out of here. So anyway, the damage is 18, and he's going to make a con save. Making it, so he takes half damage.
Oh, there's the
Which
glowing
is-
thing down there.
Yeah, I didn't want to drop that on anybody. And he's going to take this fucking guy to school, I think. Argenvost drops to the ground. And he unleashes a torrent of claws and bites on this war priest, hitting
Get him!
easily. Don't think he can really miss. Yeah, batting this guy around. Damaging him greatly. This Mammoth Rider's gonna stand up. I don't even know what the fuck he has. Oh, he has a spear. He's gonna try to spear your ass, Rao.
I'm gonna try to dodge. In my mind.
You dodge.
That's what I said.
Yay!
This guy does the same thing. He shouts, "Teamwork!"
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Attacks with his spear. Hitting. Dealing 5 damage. Same thing with this guy. He runs up towards you, Dalipin. bracing
does
himself
he?
for a
Yeah.
bracing himself for an
Should-
opportunity attack.
Yeah. Finally.
Smiting it or no?
Nah, just a good old smack. And
Just a good old smack. Let's see. Does his spear have reach?
a spear? It should.
Yeah. Yeah, his spear has reach too, so. He hits. Huzzah! Dealing a few points of damage. And whose turn is it? Oh,
It's my turn.
Ralph Finzi. It's your turn.
Yeah, you'll notice it puts it in chat.
Well, yeah, I was expecting it to roll again because it's the top of the round, but I don't.
I turned that
Not
off for
sure.
you. I thought you didn't want it. I turned it off.
Okay, so then everybody re-roll initiative.
I can turn it on if you want. I thought last time you said you didn't want it.
I want it, but I want you guys to roll your own initiative.
Oh, okay. So
How
then
do I do that?
you want it off.
Hold on. Reset initiative. There you go. Now just click.
And then Nick, I don't know if you're using it, but if you right-click on the combat tracker, it comes out translucent, so you can still use the bar and the chat and stuff on the right, and the combat will just come out completely if you just right-click the fist.
Why didn't it roll? Roll NPCs. It didn't roll NPCs.
It may not have reset them. I don't know if that's a different button, or did it reset everyone? I don't know.
No, it did.
Oh, okay. Because I can't see. I'm not in DM mode, so.
Okay. It is the petite mammoth rider's turn. And he's going to attack you again. Dalip.
Cha-chow.
Again?
Fuck, he misses. Ralph ends.
Fuck him up, bro.
Where's that guy?
Oh,
You got two guys on you, and Dalipin's got one guy on him, so he's a little jealous. But there's a dragon right there, also.
Yeah, I'm attacking the guy in front of me.
Okay. Ooh, a miss.
And I will swing again. I gotta... Missing. Alright, that's it.
Oh. Alright. War Priest turn. Oh yeah, Dalipin should have taken some damage last turn, but Argenvost is not looking so hot. War Priest is going to cast a spell. He's going to cast a spiritual weapon
Oh yeah, it's not concentration.
at 4th level,
Ooh.
targeting the dragon.
Ooh.
Don't place a template, goddamn you. Did I roll? Place measured template. What?
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna work. I've
Missed.
never hit it with one of those, man. I played a cleric before. Those things
Okay.
never hit.
And then he casts a cantrip. Sacred Flame.
Holy shit, spiritual weapon's so broken. It's a bonus action.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's broken. It's just one of those good ones. Like, it's a non-concentration spell. They're sought after.
Oh.
They do exist.
Oh, he failed.
Argenvost, no.
Did he take damage?
Ish. Says he took 8.
Okay. All right.
No damage on save.
Yeah, so that's the priest.
Quick, kill the priest.
Delcasol.
Actually, just hit the priest.
Delcasol, give me a Constitution saving throw.
I mean, hopefully with an enormous monkey, this won't be that hard, but we'll see. Oh, it is that hard. Well, there you go.
Oh, sorry, Wisdom saving throw. Whatever.
Well, that'll be harder.
Probably about the same.
Delcasol actually has advantage in wisdom saving throws. Everybody who's been affected by the Beacon of Hope does.
All right. Well, looky there.
Okay.
Time for advantage.
You'll take half damage. So take half of this to your monkey form. So you take 7 monkey damage. Wow, so you're only at 150 hit points. Okay. All right, it's your turn. Go ahead. Oh, and I'm getting field names cannot contain them. Okay. Might have to reload. But it's your turn. Go ahead. I'm reloading.
Fuck going on with the dice? Oh,
We just punch this priest
dude.
more.
just
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your turn there.
If you hit the priest, it could cause him to. He has to do a con save.
Yeah.
What?
The priest now has to do a Constitution saving throw.
So you pound the priest down into the ground, and his body is completely squashed flat.
Oh, even better.
His guts and blood spill out of every orifice, sort of like an old rolled-up juice box. He dies.
Fuck you, motherfucker. Goodbye.
So I'm going to move my hunter's mark to the dude right above him. Make a second. Ooh, gross. Oh, I got him though. The petite mammoth rider. Fucking go.
Yeah, okay.
That murder.
Yeah, 3d10 plus 6 is no joke for bludgeoning.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
This fucking ape has fucking sledgehammers for hands.
He's not messing around.
What is that? What is the sparkling effect
Hey, I'll
down
be
there?
back in a minute.
That 3D dancing.
That is the... That was the spirit guardians.
Oh, okay.
So basically, it just yeah.
Yeah, I know what it is. I just didn't know that. That's what that was.
This guy runs away, taking any opportunity attacks you may want to give him.
I think Rao said he'd be right back.
Okay.
If Monkey Man wants to hit him.
Yeah,
Yeah, I fucking do.
I sent you, Jonathan, the instructions.
Arganvos gives him a bite on his way out.
It's in the Discord chat.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Module settings.
Agage. Hey,
Did you deal the damage?
I don't know.
See, I don't think that damage dropped on him.
Well, I'm doing it to the one. He says he's near death. Petite mammoth rider.
Yeah, you hit the wrong one.
That's the one right up there north of the fucking approachable war priest.
Yeah, but that's not the one who ran off. So
Oh, my bad. I thought
it's all good.
Hey Nick, will you hit Alt C for me?
Alt C.
Yeah, I want to see if it makes your floating cursor go away. Yep. Okay. So if you want your cursor to disappear, Alt C. Now it'll be the default. So if next time you log in, it'll be hidden. But if you want it to show up, Alt C will hide it or show it.
Is mine
Everybody
not
hit
hidden?
Alt C.
Or just F5 reload, and it'll probably go away.
Why are we hitting Alt C?
It's just to hide your little cursor. You know how your mouse cursor with your name floats around the screen? If you want to hide it or show it, you use Alt C. You should be down in the player list. See, there's a little finger with a line through it. That shows whether people can. That means no one can see it. And so, Dad, Peas, and no Noxit dies all have a visible cursor, whereas Stupid Eye and Nick have hidden.
I mean,
Okay,
I pressed
Seamus,
Alt-T.
do you want to do anything else? It looks like all of these guys are basically dead or fleeing.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack the injured one here. One sec. I mean, why in the world would I heal my buddy Argenvost when I can kill somebody?
I'm just not sure how Argenvost has survived all this.
I did a lot of healing to him.
You did pump a lot of healing into that ass.
He has literally 4 hit points right now.
Oh, fucking help Argenvost.
Don't worry, I got it. I just need to be able to roll.
Well, I mean, all the enemies are dead, basically. So.
Alright, so bonus action, I'm going to max heal Argenvost for 24. Is
I mean,
anyone
there was
else
a battle
damaged?
going on, so I could just say like an arrow flies out of nowhere and just hits him right in the pinky toe.
I mean,
Alright.
that seems so unlikely, though, with how high his AC is.
I mean, it's chaos out there.
Exactly. You're like, oh, he's only got 4 hit points. I'm like, heal him. You're like, oh, the battle's over. I'm like, right, and he's gonna step on a fucking branch and fucking cut his foot. Oh!
Oh, whatever.
He's gonna take damage from a crab, a CR0 monster, and
I need
die.
to fix this. Oh, that's right. It's not
is that
actually.
for Argenvost.
Sorry, I clicked the wrong spell. Let me update that. One second.
Okay, it looks like he healed.
Well, it should be the mass healing word, which should be 34 or 24 healing points. Let's see.
So we can basically safely say that you guys finish off the rest of these knights, either with arrows to the back as they're running away, or by just giant apes stomping them.
Yeah, you know what? I'll just leave it as
Why
a.
made giant ape?
I'll just leave it as the healing word. Emmerich can help me heal him.
As the battle sort of dies down, everybody catches their breath for a couple of seconds, and Argenvost transforms back into his dwarven warrior state.
Argenvost' bald form.
Is what?
His bald form.
I don't know what that is.
I mean, is he bald?
Sure. I mean, he has on like, this gleaming silver armor, but yeah, he takes off his helmet. There's pooling sweat, and yeah, he sort of takes on the form of this dwarf. So he has this, long, like stylized braided beard, but yeah, his hair up top is balding, and he has kind of a mullet, bald on top, long in the
Gingerbread.
back. And he just sort of surveys the battlefield, and you can see that when he transforms, the black blood of that demon is still like staining his lips. He sort of like takes a second and just spits it out onto the ground, hacking and just trying to get it out of his throat. He just looks at you and he says, "Goddamn demons.
Fucking gross.
Never could stand them."
Shall we retreat to Argenvost?
He approaches the magical barrier that's holding Sir Vladimir. And with all the enemies gone and the danger gone, the barrier just sort of fades away. And there is Vladimir, and you can tell that he is battered and basically unconscious. And Argenvost just looks around and he says, "These bastards." You see some of the warriors on the ground with their heads smashed. And he says, "These Barovians have no honor."
You gonna believe us now, Argenvost? We are from the future.
He says, "No, you're not.
God damn it.
Time travelers. Who's ever heard of such a thing?
Well, can you
But-
can you at least agree that we're trying to save your life, Argonwest?
He says, yes, of course.
Brian,
You have-
you've done it 3 times.
He says, you've shown much valor on the battlefield. If this is what the Inquisition is like, then I think we can be fast allies, assuming any of us survive this onslaught.
We'll make it. I have faith.
So, Nick, if you end combat, it'll end the ticker. I don't know if you want it still going for a reason. I'm just saying the clock's still going because combat's still going.
I'm going to award XP, as meaningless as that is.
Oh boy.
I only need 85,000 more.
On your way, kid.
Yeah.
Argenval says, yeah, it seems that I'm not sure if King Barab's army can be stopped.
We need to
He
gather
sort of-
more forces to put a front up and stop him.
Where we
He
cut off
cradles
the head.
Sir Vladimir's head and sort of props him up. He says, but who? There is no one else.
We must cut off the head. Look at Dalpin and Douglas. Our mission has not changed, just the period in which we do it.
That's the truth.
Fair
Strahd's
enough.
still alive in this time and
The vampire must die.
must get my revenge.
Is he a vampire yet? He still has to go to the Amber Temple.
Sergey said that Strahd had been playing
Hold on,
around.
though.
there.
Foxface Man was here. Foxface Man.
Well, yeah,
was
Arcana
down to
Law.
the temple. Yeah.
Well, but yeah,
So
but he was
he
a
must
demon.
not have been
He was-
down to the temple yet.
Well,
Which-
no, maybe he was here because he likes Strahd because he's a demon and Strahd's an asshole, and he's like
Well,
perfect.
yeah. But I thought he couldn't leave the temple. He was like the guardian.
No,
Right.
that was the lich that we'd found that had lost his mind. So
Xanther.
that temple used to be guarded by a bunch of magicians. Probably the Arcana Loth may have been possessed. I don't know. There were a bunch, but they got tempted, right? They got corrupted by the dark powers there, and most of them went nuts. So I don't know. The Arcana Loth is or isn't one of those former magicians, but he's not the lich that lost his. The lich that lost his memory was in that library.
Argenval says, so you know of the Amber Temple.
Been there in the future.
Yes, I have been there.
No, all of us have been there.
Yeah, we can tell we spoke to what's his name, whatever the lich's
Yeah.
name was, and
How that
we've seen the library and we've
fallen
seen
into
the encased skulls from the banished gods or the whatever they are, fallen gods or parts of gods or chained gods or whatever they are.
The vestiges.
Yeah, the vestiges. We saw them too.
Do you think we could destroy the temple?
Argenval
It might
says,
be
no,
protected from them.
definitely not. The temple contains the evil of the vestiges.
Oh, I was thinking if we destroyed it, then the vestiges would be lost forever.
One of them.
The
does-
keepers of the temple have protected and warded it from outsiders for millennia.
Yes, about that.
Been there recently because at some point, maybe not now, but maybe the keepers actually succumbed to the corruption.
I thought
all except
Xanathar
one.
killed them. No,
Yeah.
Xanathar did succumb to the corruption. He became a lich. I thought he specifically killed all the other ones or something.
I think he fought him. I don't know if he was successful in killing all of them or some of them. I don't
He
know
was
that
the
we
one
know.
who accepted the big gift. He turned into a lich.
Well, he accepted that one. But I think we talked to him and he basically said that the other ones also eventually over time also got corrupted and accepted gifts. That's why I'm saying it's possible the Arcanoloth is one of those. I don't know. We don't know. We don't know how many there were.
When we were there, there
But-
was one of these coffins that was broken. Do you guys remember
Yeah.
that?
The vestiges, yeah. One of the vestiges' encasement was
One had
broken.
escaped. One had escaped.
And perhaps that's the Arcanoloth. I don't know.
Argenval says that the Arcanoloth seems to be bound to this army. They do not serve willingly.
You think we could
So-
free them?
So it could be something that Strahd bought with his bargain.
Well, I
He
thought
says,
he didn't go there yet.
He says, our Arcanoths are bound. They are demons from the lower plane. And if one is present here, then it must be compelled to serve. No way that it would do so willingly.
It's possible
And-
Kazan enslaved him.
If it's compelled to serve, then the only thing that I know for sure is that it will be back.
Yeah, and wasn't there? I mean, we don't really know the vestiges, but there was one. Wasn't there one that was like kind of demonic-y seeming? What did it fucking say? He told us the names, and there was one that was like Grub the Devout. I don't know, some fucked up. There was one of them that seemed like I'm like, well, that sounds pretty fucking demonic. Like, I don't know. I don't have the notes. I don't know that I wrote down all their names. They all had names. I think I did write down some of them.
You probably did. Let's see. Which one in particular? You're saying one of the vestiges that was still captured when you went
Yeah,
there?
I thought there was one that seemed kind of demonic. It was, or like, you know, or maybe
Well,
it was like sinful. It was like a leech or a larva or a pupa, a grub. It had a fucking devourer or eater or, you know, something fucked up like that. I don't know. Maybe that's not the one. There was one that was, I was like, huh, that sounds fucking bad.
There was Fekre, Queen of Foxes. There was Zrinhala, the Howling Storm. There was Sycane, the Soul Hungerer.
I think maybe
There was-
maybe I was thinking of that one. I don't
There
know.
was Sabnok, the Inscrutable. Tarachamedes, the Grave Worm.
There's a
Shammai
lot.
Amore, the Lady of Delights. Drizlash, the Nine-Eyed Spider. Dalver Nar, he of many teeth. Zentras, the Kingmaker. Delban, the Star of Ice and Hate. Oh, he sounds good. There was a sarcophagus that was shattered.
Right.
That
So if we
Exathanter told you that Beshlaika, the luster of the left behind, came out of that.
okay, because I was about to say, well, I guess we can relay that to Arvengast, that the one we know that whose prison was shattered was Eshlik.
He says if the temple had been compromised, I would know.
Well,
Well, all we're saying is for people that aren't from the future, you should keep an eye on it, because in the next 400 years, that shit's going to fucking shit, and they're getting out, or at least
So while all
Xanathar
this,
is going to be the only one left after he accepts the gift of lichdom from one of the others, and either kills or fights the others, and the others will accept gifts and leave. So,
and
just saying.
the
Keep an eye on
guy's
it.
name is Exathanter, not Xanathar.
Yeah, sorry, Exathanter.
Although Xanathar would be cool to pop up. So while you're sort of having this conversation, Argynvost is transformed. He, carries Sir Vladimir in his claws, and you sort of like ride on his back, back over the battlefield, back to where the remaining knights are sort of like trying to retreat. They're doing like a fighting retreat, but they're basically being overrun. You see, they're trying to like recover bodies of the fallen from the battlefield, but many of the knights, as you pass over, you see the same sort of death squads on the ground, pinning these dead bodies or sort of like crippled or unconscious knights,
Executing the
and
wounded.
just fucking smashing them. Not only executing them, but desecrating their bodies so that they can't be raised. Which Argynvost, and you would know this, is
Pretty fucked
basically
up.
just pretty dishonorable in a time when you could fight and die on the battlefield and just come back.
Yeah, pretty fucked up.
But eventually you make it back to the camp, and Argynvost brings all of his generals, not generals, but basically his lieutenants together. They're all battered and bloodied, and he says to them, He says, we must retreat to Salinka Pass. It is the most important place. Salinka Pass must not fall. I want all of our men to fall back.
Can we ask Argynvost
the valley is
if
lost.
does he know of the witch Baba Lysaga? Has she shown up yet? Is he familiar with Baba Lysaga?
He says, no, it doesn't sound familiar.
Well, so I don't know if she'll be at Salinka Pass, but in our time, there's an incredibly powerful witch that's linked to Strahd. The son, the younger, I don't know, not the brother, not Sergei. Strahd von Zarovich.
The son of King Barov.
Some King of Barov, right. And he's the younger, right? Isn't Sergei the older?
Nope, Sergei is the younger brother.
Sergei's the younger? Okay. Well, so Strahd, the Barov the older, in our time has a powerful witch named Baba Lysaga. And in our time, she is known to dwell in Salinka Pass. So I would be cautious that, he's already shown he has an Arcanoloth that he's made some sort of bargain or enforcement with. Like, you'd be well to watch out for the witch. If she doesn't appear, great. If she does, bad. And you'll know she flies around an enormous skull.
He says, well, I deal with witches the same way I deal with demons. Just
telling you to be ready for it. Just telling you to be ready for it, bud. Because when you dealt with the demon the last time I saw, you got your ass kicked. Like
I would hope to find that you would have us with you during that, seeing as
a measure of caution
went very poorly when we weren't here the first time.
We just advise a measure of caution that we would like to accompany them to defend Salinka Pass, but perhaps pass the word that there may be an enemy sorceress or witch in the employ of the Barovs.
He says, you may accompany us to Salinka Pass if you wish. Although maybe your original mission might be of a greater use. And so his lieutenants have sort of like dissipated at this time, and they're yelling orders, and everybody's rushing around. He says, I'm afraid that your prediction, it seems, will come true. Of course, I can't know for sure, but I'm afraid that we're going to Salinka Pass to die.
Not if we can help it, Argon. Can I come to you?
So do we know where Strahd is right now? Do we believe he's back at the castle?
This is the first that anybody's ever brought it up, so.
That's why I'm asking. Do we,
How would you know?
Well, has anyone seen him? Is there anyone on the battlefield? I mean, clearly they knew Sergei was on the battlefield. Sergei was here, and we know that, and we know the Arcanoloth was here, and
so Argynvost can sort of like quickly ask around. Of course, it's chaotic, so it's sort of hard to get any answer, but the report that he can get within a few minutes is that no, Strahd was not sighted amongst the warriors, which is odd because he basically is the top general.
Yeah, he's the big man. Sergei's the
he is the badass of the army, so no, he was not spotted.
So the question is for us, the Inquisition, is whether we believe that he would be at the Castle Ravenloft, or do we believe that he has gone to the Amber Temple? If we could somehow determine that, I would say if Argynvost believes he's going to go die at Salinka Pass, then why don't we just do a Hail Mary? If we figure out where Strahd's at, why don't we all go try to kill Strahd? Because
I think he's at the
in the future, Argynvost helped us with this very thing. It's like, history repeating itself. Like, why don't we all go try to fuck Strahd's face? Like, fuck his army. Like, just do an end run. If he's somewhere else, let's just go around and see if Argynvost will take his army to wherever Strahd's at, and if we kill Strahd, then we win. Everybody wins.
Yeah, so basically Argynvost is, he's got his plan that, he for
You won't be
his
dissuaded. No, he says
honor's
he must be
reasons,
going to die.
he has to defend this temple. He's bound to do it. Even if it, it may be a hopeless task.
Right, that's what he's going to do.
But he says, if you will join the fight and carry out your mission, then perhaps I can aid you in some way. He steps back and sort of like into a clearing and transforms back into this huge silver dragon that towers over you. Even though he's friendly to you, you still feel your heart just start to pump with fear as he transforms. And indeed, even people like running for their lives, stop and just sort of.
Holy shit, it's a dragon.
And even though they know him and they've seen him before, it's like
Holy shit,
an
it's a dragon.
awe-inspiring sight. Argynvost stomps towards you heavily, and he takes one of his talons and reaches down into his sort of on his inner thigh and grabs one of the silver scales and slowly peels it off and sort of roars in pain as he does it. And after he has this sort of it's a silver scale and it's dripping with dragon blood, he says something in Draconic and he beckons you forward, Seamus.
I approach.
He pretty gently, between his talons, he's sort of pinching this dragon scale, and he puts it down and he puts it right onto your forehead.
Okay.
And the dragon scale sort of hangs heavy there, and it's warm and wet, and there's this dragon blood dripping down your face, and the dragon scale just sort of absorbs into your skin.
Nice.
And you are going to gain a blessing of protection.
Even better.
And that's going to give you +1 bonus to AC and saving throws. And he repeats this process, sort of like howling in pain at every scale that he removes for each member of the Inquisition.
Oh. It's gross.
Thank you. I
Thank
bow
you.
when he does it for me.
Yeah, me too.
Fucking
Can we heal him? Can we give him a little, I don't know, something for that? That looks like that hurts. He's like pulling out his fingernails for us.
And at the end, he transforms back into his dwarven form, and you can see, yes, he does look like that took a lot out of him. Basically, he's given you some of his life essence.
Oh.
No.
It's important. We should keep track of that.
And in fact, on all of your foreheads now, there's sort of this rough patch that is sort of metallic-y silvery.
Nice.
It's not really it's not hard, but it's your skin at that point is rough, and it's almost sort of glitters in the right light.
So is that something we should add to our sheet, and what does it do? Or
So it's a blessing of protection. So you could write that as a feature or whatever. Blessing of protection, you gain +1 bonus to AC and saving throws. So +1 bonus to AC, +1 bonus to saving throws.
I don't
And
know
he
how to make
says-
that happen on the sheet, but maybe Josh can.
no, yeah, go to passive abilities and then add one, and then call it blessing of protection, and then set it to
I'm sure Josh will do that for everybody.
actually, yeah, I can probably make it actually and just share it and copy, and then
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Yeah, do that.
So yeah, he sort of he stumbles a little bit. It's obviously taken some effort, and he says, It says, I've given you a part of myself, but you've earned it. You're noble warriors. And I know that you'll do your best to fight for the people of this valley, who I must abandon.
Yeah.
In order to, in order to, well, for the greater good. You know lies in the Amber Temple. And if creatures such as these, savages, were to gain entrance, then, well. He says, I will ask you one favor, though. And the bodies of Sir Godfrey, not Sir Godfrey, but Sir Vladimir and Sergei are sort of like are on a cart sitting right beside you. He says, we're traveling quickly to Salinka Pass. If you could take these two, well, Sir Vladimir is my finest knight, and he could help you on your quest. And, well, Sergei is worth a king's ransom, literally. Take them to the priest in Valaki, Father Andro, and see that he raises them for us.
Okay. One more thing I wanted to ask him before we leave is that are the what is it? The people of the feather, the were ravens. What do we call them? The
Keeper of the feather.
Keeper of the feather. Like, are they here now yet? Does he know if I mention the keeper of the feather and maybe show him my little feather ring? Like, does that mean anything to him, or not yet?
He says, I've never heard of this organization, but well, you know, any were creature is, well, they're put to death immediately.
Well, the people of the feather are they're good were creatures. They don't typically transmute or transfer through cursing or biting, but through birth. It's who they are, and they're as apt to be good or evil as men are. So if he does run into them, they're not evil by nature, unlike the werewolves that we've found, which are typically pretty evil all around.
He just gives you a curt nod, and then he gives you like a fist up salute, and then transforms into a mighty dragon and flies away into the night.
Neat. Which fucking dragon.
So you are all fleeing this battlefield. You have, well, I mean, I guess you could probably get access to horses if you wanted them. And you have this cart with these two corpses in it. What do you want to do?
Dump out the corpses.
I thought he wanted us to bury him.
No.
Well, are we burying him on the
No.
ground? We gotta bring him in the cart.
He doesn't want us to bury him. He wants us to take it to the fucking priest.
He wants us to go raise them. They're worth ransom, so he wants us to go take them to Valaki to the church and raise them.
Well, one of them is the body of Vladimir Horngard, who he says is his finest knight, and he could potentially help you. He just doesn't have the wherewithal to like transport a body and get him raised from the dead and all that.
He's got shit to do right now.
The other is the body of Sergei, who he says you could hold for ransom, or I mean, essentially it's just kind of worthless to him. But it would be, that typically prisoners are either exchanged for other prisoners or exchanged for money or whatever, and the fact that he's dead is just a temporary inconvenience.
All right, look. I can cast Raise Dead on, Vladimir.
Does he need Vladimir for the oncoming fight?
Do you need like components for that?
We know what'll happen to him if he goes with him, but Vladimir is his right-hand man.
A diamond.
He's already gone. He's flown off.
at least 500
Yeah,
gold
I guess
pieces.
so. Well, if he's flown off, guys, like, why don't we just go to Valaki? Like,
One second. What was that, Seamus?
A diamond worth 500 gold pieces.
Do we have that? Do we have one of those?
You're probably right that we don't.
Can we get one of those?
But I think we should probably just go to, Valaki so we can rest.
I mean,
recuperate.
should we find diamonds either way though?
Yeah, for the future.
Yeah, it seems like something we could probably use.
Okay. So typically what we do in that kind of situation is just say, if you want to like retroactively buy a 500 gold piece diamond, you just sort of mark off the gold. Not really too worried about, diamond shopping.
Right.
Or you could just, head back to Valaki. There is basically a steady stream of people, wounded soldiers, and all manner of people fleeing this battlefield to the north, as sort of their entire world burns behind them. So yeah, you come back to Valaki, sunny Valaki.
Jesus.
Let's see, I have to do something like grab everybody's token or something.
Yeah, you can copy paste, so you can select everyone and just Control C, activate the map you want, and then paste.
Right. Do. And there's already people here that I have to delete. Get out of here.
Of course.
Get out of here. There's like 3 Emmerichs. Get out of here. Okay. So the town of Valaki is like in chaos. People are returning from this battle, and the news that the knights have lost is surprising, to say the least. People are in shock, but also, the fact that Valaki is probably next. So when you come into town, that's sort of the situation you're in. You see people like are leaving. There are people who are like packing up and leaving town. There's soldiers rushing this way and that way. There's wounded soldiers dying in the street. The layout of the town is basically the same. I don't have that map, so. But so there's like your rooms where you came from, at the little bed and breakfast. There's like a lake to the north of town. There's a church. There's like all manner of shops and things. What do you want to do?
I mean, I guess we should at least go to the church as we were asked, and have them both raised.
Okay. So you do that. You go to the church. It's sort of in chaos too, but as you present, Sir Vladimir, he's well known and respected throughout the land. Father Andral comes straight away. And he can basically just use his own source of diamonds to raise Sir Vladimir.
How do you spell Argynvost?
Argynvost?
Argynvost. So he does that straight away. Like he's sort of panicked, but he calls on the power of the Morning Lord to restore Sir Vladimir to life, and he does. Sir Vladimir's eyes open, and he, immediately, like not knowing where he is, he jumps to his feet and like his hand goes to like where his sword would be, and you have to like sort of calm him down as he's just brought back, still in the throes of battle. And he just he grabs you, Emmerich, and he sort of shakes you. He says, "What has happened? How did I come to be here? What of the battle?"
Yeah, about.
Didn't go so well for you.
We just raised you from the dead there. Hope you're feeling all right.
He sort of stumbles. And what are the effects of being raised from the dead?
I will read it.
Fusion, headache, diarrhea.
You're just talking
making shit up.
Yeah, you're just talking.
I'm just wondering, like.
This neutralizes any poisons, cures non-magical diseases that the affected creature had at the time. It causes all-
-4 penalty to attack rolls,
Yeah.
saving throws, and ability checks. Yowzers.
And every time that they finish a long rest, the penalty is reduced by 1.
He says, "So the battle is lost? Where is Argenvost? I must find him."
He's made his way to Selinka Pass.
That's right.
But we need you to help us strike at Strahd. King Barov's son.
But Strahd, why? We must go to the pass.
So that we
Look.
can prevent more travesty.
Exactly. Let's just say we have a certain gift of prophecy, and if we do not stop Strahd,
After
Well-
a second, he sort of like collapses, and Father Andral, just knowing the score, like has a chair ready for him, and he just sort of collapses down into a chair, sort of exhausted.
yep, maybe you should rest for a bit before we talk.
He says, "Well," Dallop, and he grabs you by the gauntlet. He says, "Well, have you heard word of Sir Godfrey?"
I don't think we have. Have we heard word of Sir Godfrey, guys?
Sir Godfrey lives.
He lives, I suppose.
He lives. Have you seen him? He wasn't at camp this morning.
Seamus?
Where did you see him?
I'm pretty sure Argenvost said that he was around, and he wouldn't make stuff up.
I don't think, in fact, Argenvost did say that.
He did not. I'm
fine.
I'm trying to lie to the guy.
He says, I'm sorry. Yes, we must focus on the mission. So what is the plan? You can see, like, as you're in the sort of entrance hallway to this church, which is a pretty modest church. There's a lady just like, with a chicken under her arm that just goes screaming down the street. He looks at you and he just says, "This is chaos. Tell me you have a plan."
Oh yeah,
Yeah, just try
Dalpin-
not to die.
Dalpin is in charge of the plan. That's what he's good at. Planning.
What?
Try not to die. Well, I already failed at that.
No, I'm definitely not the planner. I will hit things very hard. Very, very hard. But I'm not the planner. You must be mixing me up with Del Casal.
Oh, so you're saying Del Casal's the brains?
Well, we had a guy. I liked him quite a bit. He's just not with us anymore, Seamus.
At this point, Father Andral sort of says, "And what are we to do with this?" And he points to Sergei's corpse.
Yeah, that's an excellent question. What say you, Dokasal?
Argenvost wanted him raised for a ransom.
Maybe we can save Lucky.
But I think, raising him might be okay, but I think I would actually hold off on that, right? Because if the battle's going to be lost, you really want to give Sergei back to the Barovs? Like,
well, I'm saying if that could save the town by them turning it over, I would say that's probably a better use. If you catch my drift.
I reckon you're right.
Spare the town. Here's your son.
Yeah, it would be the good thing to do. I mean, save the town, more lives.
Yeah.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the one.
Sir Vladimir, seeing the corpse, he says, "That was the bastard who was leading their army."
That's true, but he could save your town. Is his life worth more than everyone in this town?
And yet we stopped him here.
He says, "Yes, I guess it could be used as leverage." It'll be more mercy than they showed our warriors. And you can see sort of a tear come to his eye. Thought I had a token for this guy. Oh yeah, there we go. So when he gets raised, he has 1 hit point.
Probably. He just got raised, so I think that I'm pretty sure a long rest would be required.
Let's see.
Okay, what time is it right about now?
In game, it is probably about like 4 o'clock or so.
Okay.
It's getting late. Actually, it's nearing towards dusk because it is sort of like, nearing winter time.
Emmerich will find a place to watch the sunset for like the first time.
Okay.
He asked if Delphin would accompany him.
Sure.
So where do you want to go?
I don't know. I imagine we look around for like a spot on the edge of the town, like where there's like just it's like a hilly area, right? Just based on the picture that we're pretending is Valaki. So I don't know. We'd find like one of the higher ones.
Yeah. So Valaki is in this, basically in the bottom of a valley. You could go out to the lake maybe to get a better, like a clearer view, right? Not surrounded by trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, so you guys are going to split off from everybody else.
Invitation's open to anyone who wants to come.
Where are you headed?
We're going to the lake. I want to see the sunset. I've never seen it before.
Oh, okay. I'll go with you.
Sir Vladimir actually pops up, and he's limping, but he says, I will come as well.
I appreciate it.
And I'm not sure, this guy has a sheet that's like a loot sheet. I'm not sure how I did that. Anyway, figure that out later. So Sir Vladimir is a chest, I guess.
Excellent. A walking chest.
So what are you going to do with the body? Leave it at the temple? The body of Sergei.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to get resurrected, right?
So if you want it resurrected, the priest is, well, he's not bankrolling that one.
Yeah, it's going to be 500 GP. for that.
Vladimir says, just leave him dead. He can resurrect him himself.
I mean,
he obviously has no good feelings towards
Yeah, he's
we could always cast general
bound.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could cast general repose to extend his decay.
Oh yeah, gentle repose.
Yeah.
So the Father Andral will do that for you. And if you don't want to take any special precautions, he just sort of, piles it up with. The people of the town won't let their noble knights be stored with the same corpses of the enemy. So,
well, I mean, if they have a jail, we could put his corpse in the jail.
There's no jail. He will just sort of like stuff it out back somewhere.
Okay.
Says, just to protect it from, anybody who would do the body harm. So he'll cast general repose on it and then like stuff it out, behind the tool shed or something.
Right.
So you guys walk out of town with Sir Vladimir sort of limping beside you up north, up this trail to Lake Valaki. It's probably about a mile. It's a good little hike, and you can see as the walk sort of gets closer to the end, Sir Vlad picks up his pace a little bit, and he seems excited to get where you're going. And he tells you that this lake is where Sir Godfrey and him, are to meet before and after each battle. And he'll tell you that when he met Sir Godfrey here a few days ago, after Argynvost summoned all of the knights from around the land to come and defend against Barov's army. And he gets a worried look. He says, Sir Godfrey has just not been acting himself. He's acting odd.
Uh-oh.
And then he just didn't show up to the battle. I don't know if something happened to him or what.
Where was he last?
I last saw him at the lake.
All right.
And it is our tradition to meet here before and, after each battle. We would meet here as well to take a ride in one of the boats, sort of relax.
Gotcha.
So Emmerich, make an insight roll. Or anybody who wants to can make an insight roll, I guess. You want to figure out a little bit more about old Sir Vlad.
22.
Let's see.
Better than my 2.
This character sheet's all fucked up. I don't understand. So he's just gonna roll a d20. Nope, that's a d12. Nope, that's 2d12. Roll! He's not very good at hiding things, and you can tell that he has deep feelings for Sir Godfrey. And he's
Quite worried.
Probably, the nature of their relationship is more intimate than he might be letting on. And he is quite worried.
I just put my hand on his shoulder, but I don't really have the words. I just nod. I look over at towards the lake, and all I can think of to say is, But my wife would have liked to see this.
Well, so yeah, the sun is. So you've made it to the edge of the lake, and to the east, from this vantage point, to the east, you can see just through like sort of a break in the mountains and in the trees, you can see Castle Ravenloft way in the distance. And it's different than what you remember. There's no spires.
Mm.
And Sir Vladimir says, yes, the accursed castle. It goes up
Man,
faster than...
this thing looks nice.
Well, he tells you that the construction is unnaturally fast. No one can build a castle that quickly, especially perched on a mountain like that.
Oh, it happens.
Yeah, totally does.
Well, guys, when your name is a pun, you probably get the work done.
Oh.
His name was Power. And when you look back to the west, you can see in all its glory, Emmerich, the Barovian sun setting.
There it is. Ye old sun.
Emmerich just doesn't say anything. Just stares at it until it's gone.
So as you sort of like sit in awe of the majesty of this site, you're enraptured, but Sir Vlad, it's like the sun is setting on the world he knew. So it's sort of a mixed.
Not wrong about that, is he, boys?
No, he's not. He goes on a little bit about Sir Godfrey. He says, when we were summoned to defend against King Barov's forces, we met here at the lake to seek the blessing of the lady. I could tell he was distraught, but I thought he was just weary from traveling so far. But when he spoke, it's like he had been struck with some form of madness. And of course, we argued and, well, we parted ways in anger.
Does Godfrey ring any bells, like, historically?
You met him.
We met him at like the wedding when we fled.
Yep, he was the revenant that you talked to.
Okay, he was the one up in the front lines. Okay.
Yep.
And this is the guy we're talking to now. He's the guy who, like, we talked to at Argynvost Holt.
Yep.
Okay.
So if you guys look in the main actors tab without directories, there is a chest now called Loot. And inside you'll find an object called Argynvost's Blessing. If you take that, it ought to give you +1 AC, +1 to saves. You just put it in your inventory.
Boom. Do you have to activate it or anything, or equip
No,
it?
it should just be in your inventory and it works. I can change that if you want, but you said it was stamped on our head, so it looks like a necklace, but it's not.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere. There's basically like a shimmering metallic silver sheen or something that's like almost just under a translucent layer of skin. So
It's not letting me drag it.
It says you must loot items from a.
Oh,
The token won't let me drag.
hold on. I might actually be able to just fucking give you guys all one. Let me see. Split 4 ways. You must loot items from a token.
If he did not show for the battle, where do you think he could have gone?
I don't know. He was the thing he's saying. It was madness. I don't know. I mean, I'm afraid he may hurt himself or do something insane.
Then we must find
Uh,
him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I put the loot on the sheet now. It's on Sunny Blocky painted loot. Can you loot one from there? There's 4 of them in there.
It says I must loot items from a token.
Yeah, pick it from. Are you picking it from the token on the map? Not the inventory. The map. It's on the map. Called painted loot.
No character, no active character for user.
So select your guy.
Oh, I see. No active character, and I have myself selected.
Emmerich, Sir Vladimir looks at you and he says, I mean, he said that I didn't exist, that I wasn't real. Have you ever heard of such a madness overtake someone?
Well, yeah. We think we're from the future, but maybe we're just not real.
I pull Darkasol aside. Del, what if none of this is real?
As you sort of like, as you step away, you can see Sir Vladimir actually just like, his head just falls down into his chest, and he actually just sobs silently for a few minutes.
We have to find this man. What if this isn't real?
I mean, you can always ask that, can't you? I think you probably just act like it is until you know otherwise. I mean, was the other time real? Maybe this is what's not real.
Okay. I like smack him a little bit. No, wake up. Well, we have a mission. We have to kill Strahd. And if this isn't real, then we're trapped somewhere. We gotta get out.
Well, like I'm saying, you pretend like it's always real until you have a reason to believe otherwise.
So let's go find this guy.
I mean, when have we walked around and like been like, this isn't real, right? So I don't see any reason to change that behavior now. Okay, so I think I gave you all an item called Arvingos Blessing, so see if it works and you have one.
What does everyone else think? I think we should find this guy. This isn't something I've ever heard of. We haven't encountered a madness like this, and we just happen to find ourselves in a peculiar place.
Yeah, do we have any idea of where he might be? I mean, he said that he didn't show up at the battle that he saw him, but do we have any fucking clue where he might be?
Give me a minute. I'm gonna turn into a giant eagle and fly to the skies.
Okay. Well, it is dark. I mean, it's nighttime now.
Oh, he can see. He's got, fucking laser vision.
It's got laser vision. Oh, I didn't fucking know that.
Yeah, man.
Well, I might get disadvantage from the darkness, but I get advantage from keen sight, so it'd just be a straight roll if I wanted to do a perception check or something.
Yeah, I mean, okay. He did meet him here like a couple of days ago, so.
Oh, okay.
I mean, unless he just like, is hoboing out here by the lake, probably in here.
You mind if I blow some fucking hit dice? Can we consider this a short rest?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, before you blow some hit dice, let me use a healer's kit on you.
So if anyone else wants to do this, I'm about to try it through the sheet. So, but if you click on your portrait, there's a little bed, and there's an icon for take a rest, take a long rest. So I say take a rest, and then it says, it tells you how many dice you have available to roll. Doesn't look like it lets me select some. I don't know. It doesn't look like it.
Oh, you have to click.
Oh, and now it does. Okay.
I might
Six
need
available.
I need your help because I'm trying to just do a healer's kit on you.
All right.
There we go.
So everybody figured out their hit dice. What do you guys want to do? Sir Vlad has like made a fire, like a little bonfire, while everybody's talking and discussing and taking a little short rest, and he's just sort of staring into it. Maybe like whittling a stick or something, just absentmindedly.
This is Sir, what's his name?
Sir Vladimir.
Sir Vlad, right.
Sir Vlad.
I guess maybe I'll sit next to him and whittle or something, and maybe give him a few fucking priestly fucking goodisms about, everything's gonna be fine, dude. That's what religion's about. It's all fine, Don't worry,
Right.
even though you left, with a harsh word or something, your love is deeper and more, and your friendship more endearing than that, and surely, don't let that bother your conscience, as your concern for him is as great as his for you, something like that.
He says, "I know. I'm just worried about my friend." And now with everything that's happened, we may never see each other again.
Does he have
But
any idea where he
he-
might be at if he didn't show up to his station or whatever post? Or
He says, "I've known Sir Godfrey for many years. For something to break the tie of loyalty and service is unimaginable."
well, then I understand his concern. That means for a man like that something prevented him from that, and I can see why he's concerned. But at least he knows that he was that kind of man, right? That come hell or high water, rain, sleet, or snow, he would have delivered the sword.
Right. Sir Vladimir, after having this little conversation, there's a silence for 2 or 3 minutes. He stands up in his bloodied and battered armor, steps past the fire out to the lake, holds his hands up, and just screams a primal scream,
Oh,
loud and long. And when he turns back, you can see he just wipes the tears away from his eyes. There's just newfound purpose there. Seemingly like he will shed no more tears.
damn.
And
Damn.
he says, "Well, Garov's army is coming. I'm not sure how long it'll take them to get to Valaki. Maybe tomorrow evening." We better figure out something quick. So what do you guys want to do? You've spent about an hour down here at the shore. All the other vacationers have long since gone. And you can see that there's like, in a difference from when you've been here before, there's all sorts of like recreational stuff. There's like docks and boats and like houses on the lake
Isn't
and
a
everything.
sad, lonely village stomped into the ground?
Right, like this looks like the lake was actually like a pretty big tourist attraction. There's all sorts of houses and everything, and those people are just steady leaving, right, getting out of Dodge. So what do you want to do?
Is there a building where the Blue Water's Inn or whatever, the Blue Inn, the Werewolf Inn? Is there an inn there now? I mean, it's probably obviously a different inn, but it's still an inn.
there are several inns in town. There's a much more thriving. In fact, you came from a little bed and breakfast, so there's all sorts of like bed and breakfasts and resorts and rentals and inns, and there's like probably 10 or 12 like inns/taverns in town.
Well, if there's an inn where the old one is, I'd like to go there and just see if, even if like Mardukov wines, or if that family seems to exist back then. Obviously, like it would be older, but maybe they're still fucking wine growers or something. I don't know. Maybe there's a shitload of them because wine isn't only on one place.
Okay.
And then I guess also talk to just. I mean, I think guys, as a group, we kind of need, if we're going after Strahd, the fucking knight's with us. But is he at the Amber Temple, or is he at the castle, or is he somewhere else? We have no fucking idea where he is. That's kind of a problem.
Sir Vladimir says you need a wizard. They can see things.
Oh, Jesus, like Kazan?
No, we know a wizard. He's dead in our time, but Casimir should be alive now.
Oh yeah, Casimir might be here. Grandpa? That's Grandpa, right?
Yeah, but except the guy who was in relation to him is dead.
You're right, but that was Grandpa. So we know his family line, and yeah, so we probably know where to follow. It's Grandpa.
The elves
Come on,
didn't
guys.
serve
He's our Grandpa.
just the Vistani, right?
Yeah, but I don't know that the
Sometime
Vistani are really here, per se, in that form, right? We haven't seen.
As you're walking back into town, you sort of, you make the mile trek back along the dark path, and there's actually like, it's not really dark. Like there's nice like lanterns hung out, like somebody does a lot of upkeep on this place, so it's actually pretty nice. You get back into town, and you get back on the main road, and you're sort of looking around trying to get your bearings, like where the Blue Water Inn would be if it was this town. But the roads aren't quite the same, although they are. And as you're like looking around, a cart with two men driving it sort of approaches, and it's a sort of like it's like a covered wagon. And they pull up. They have this old mule that's like pulling it, and you see that it is two Vistani.
Well, there you go.
And the young man greets you. The driver is sort of this older guy with like flushed cheeks, and the young man he calls out to you. He says, "Ho there, noblemen! Greetings to you and good night. Care for a game of chance? Or maybe you want your fortunes read?"
I pull out.
I'm not a nobleman, good sir.
I pull out
my
bottle
of the land and the cloth.
I hand him my bottle of wine. Shortly after taking a drink.
So they're up on this cart, and if you offer them wine, the driver, this old man, he sort of leans down, smells it, and then takes a big swig and sort of laughs. He offers it to the younger man and then says, "Oh no, you're too young." Hands it back to you. Too young, Aragal.
That's pretty funny.
He says, "What do you say? Not much business going on here today." And he looks around. There's people rushing about. What's going on in this town anyway? Everybody's all up in arms over something.
Yes, the king encroaches.
You know, war.
War. Oh, you mean Borov's army?
Yep.
Oh, you have nothing to worry about.
Actually, I'd like to have.
Remember, boys, that they said that they always said that the Vistani were allied with Strahd, so just keep that in mind.
I tell him I would like to have my fortune read. I want to see what this guy can figure out.
Ah, very good. He pulls his card over and sort of jumps down. He says, "The name is Aragal," and he, does a sort of flourished bow.
So I lived with the Vistani for a long time. Do I recognize that name?
You do.
All right.
Aragal was the leader. A man named Aragal was the leader of the Vistani. Him and his brother Luvash.
That's right.
And Luvash took over while Aragal was trying to go save his dad.
Aragal was killed. Yes, he was killed by a tiger.
Mm-hmm.
He was tigered to death.
A tiger? Wow.
I mean, that's what they claim. It could have.
That is what they claim. He was killed by a tiger in plate mail armor.
I know. I'm just saying it could have been Luvash, getting his revenge. Just saying.
Yeah, could have been. That's true.
I want to ask him, who's the current teller of the Taraka cards?
He says, "Oh, my sister, Eva."
So
from the back of the van, a young girl sort of jumps down at the back of the wagon, not the van. That would be funny, but that's modern day Vistani drive vans. A young girl jumps down, and you can see she's probably like maybe 9 years old, maybe 10. It's hard to tell. She jumps down. What is it? Come, little Eva. We have customers, paying customers. He sort of rubs his fingers together like in the universal sign of cash money.
I pull out a gold.
You pull it out, and he gently and quickly snatches it from your fingers and puts it into one of his pockets. He says, a reading it is then. And he goes into the back of the van and pulls out 2 little stools and a table and sets up right there on the sidewalk.
Who's Lugash's brother? Sorry, Carol or Carol or
So
not the vampire. What's Lugash's brother's name?
Luvash's brother is named Aragal.
Aragal, thank you. And Lugash is the dead one.
Yes.
In our thing.
No, Luvash was alive. He was the drunkard.
Yeah.
Aragal was the one who died in unknown circumstances, reportedly by being ripped to shreds by an attack tiger.
So I don't know if it's just to make sure, remember if I'm remembering this correctly or have this written down. Madame Eva is like the half sister of Strahd.
I don't know. Is that true?
Was
Who
that
told you that?
Her?
Yeah, she did tell you that. Yep.
Well, that could explain why the Vistani have always been aligned with Strahd, because this is kind of the progenitor family. I mean, because Eva's the crone Eva's who read our cards in the future. So it's that little girl, but 400 years later. And of course, Luvash and Aragal were there 400 years later. So if they are, or she, or one of them, somehow they're related to Strahd, that would kind of explain why the Vistani are Strahd's pals. He takes care of them, and nobody else.
Yeah.
So while I get read, I just wanted to pull out that I don't know if this feature does anything in weird situations like this, but I do have this feature from my background that all my features are fucking gone right now. I don't know what. Oh no, I can just do that. Okay. I have the the Heart of Darkness feature. Wow, that's edgy sounding. So it says that those who read me or try to look into my eyes can see the unimaginable horrors that I have seen.
Ah, okay. So you sit down at this little like makeshift fold up. Well, it's not really a fold up table, but basically they just like they wheel like a fucking spool or something out and set it up on edge, and they have like a little table. And you sit down opposite this little girl, maybe 9 years old, and she starts shuffling this pack of Taraka cards, and maybe you're chatting back and forth a little bit. Everybody make a perception check.
Perception.
Okay, well, Emmerich, you don't count. Seamus and Delcasol. While Emmerich is just sort of partaking in a sideshow here, getting his fortune read by these traveling gypsies, or totally not gypsies, Vistani.
Right. Yep.
You come around, sort of like walk around to the back of this table, and just your gaze goes to the back of the wagon, and you see that there's something rolled up in a ratty blanket that's sort of like a human-sized burrito.
Yeah.
And at the end of that blanket, there is a single artificial leg poking out.
I think I found your woman.
And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Oh wait, but before I wanted to go, I have a mobile from my Blinsky toy sack. So I thought maybe I could go back there if I think it's a baby and scope it out and hang up a mobile.
I mean, did you not hear about the artificial leg?
Yeah, it's the fucking wolf boy. Or the demon. Oh, was that an arm?
No, leg. But I'm saying it might be.
Yeah, it looks
Esmeralda.
like there's a corpse rolled up in a ratty blanket.
Oh, well, there you go. Never mind.
And yeah, you can't make out anything about it, but there is an artificial leg hanging out that you have seen before.
Does it look like Esmeralda's leg?
Is it Esmeralda's leg?
It looks like Esmeralda's leg.
Crossovers.
She's probably gonna want that.
Probably gonna want
Probably
that back.
attached to her corpse, which is rolled up in that blanket.
Yep.
I'm just saying, 400 years from now, she's gonna want that.
She's gonna want it.
I mean,
So yeah, let's end there.
Mhm.
Next week I'll have. So it sounds like we want to do a Taraka reading, and then sort of big picture plan is to find Grandpa.
Well, I think big picture is to find Strahd, but I think Grandpa's our best, and Grandpa's our best lead.
his sister.
Okay.
His sister.
We should probably chase any other leads that are in town, right? If we can find a, I don't know. We don't want to put all our eggs in one Grandpa, but
Right.
Right.
We could convince him to help us. That'd be super chill.
Convince
Yeah,
who?
or
Grandpa.
Casimir.
Casimir or his sister, because his sister was super fucking strong.
Right.
Jar, did I just hear you say you didn't want to put all your eggs in one Grandpa?
Yeah.
that's correct.
Okay. You like to spread those eggs around many different Grandpas?
Absolutely.
That's an economic way of doing it.
And look, if we had some grandmas, we could do that too, but we don't have a lead on that.
So, Josh, quick question for you.
Well, hey guys, I'm gonna drop off.
Yep.
Good game. Thanks
game.
for coming. See you
Night,
next week.
Good
Good
game.
night.
Thanks for having us. It seemed like that Foundry wasn't a particular this game. It didn't seem like anyone really had a problem with it. That was cool.